Okay, so now we have a better understanding of the basic anatomy and the structural portion of the Achilles tendon. Now let's talk about the causes. Causes of the Achilles tendonitis most commonly is due to increasing activity too fast. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're a person who normally runs 3 miles a day, okay? But one day you decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to train for a marathon, and you go from 3 miles to 10 miles a day in a 2-week period, okay? That's not quite enough time for the Achilles tendon to adjust to that rapid change in stress of force on the Achilles tendon. The other part is that it can be from changing your biomechanics. So what I mean by that is the way you're running. So let's say you are a long distance runner. So most long distance runner tends to kind of have kind of a mid-foot, rear foot type of running gait in general, okay? And then all of a sudden you change from a long distance runner to, let's say you want to do 800-meter race for some reason, okay? So now, because you're changing your biomechanics from a long steady run to a fast high intensity run, your running gait actually changes. Most sprinters actually run on the front part of their foot, or what's called the forefoot. That change from the rear foot, midfoot to the forefoot puts a lot of stress on that Achilles tendon. And if you're not properly training yourself or preparing yourself for that change in body mechanics, that's going to provide a lot of stress on the tendon itself, and that will cause injury and overuse syndrome, and then eventually what they call acute Achilles tendonitis. All right, so the other one is that improper shoes. So with shoes, certain shoes have different give, different stability to it, and certain restrictions, as in the way the ankle moves and the foot moves. Some shoes may cause what they call overloading on the Achilles tendon. Again, the Achilles tendon has those vertical lines, and they're great for moving in that way really fast, really quick. But what they're not prepared for is when you compress that Achilles tendon, and that stress from the compression from the shoes not allowing the Achilles tendon to move the way it normally should puts a lot of stress on it and causes injuries, and then you eventually develop Achilles tendonitis. The other thing too is that if you have like an ankle injury in the past and you haven't properly rehabbed it or managed it with some exercises and strengthening, then you can cause some Achilles issue because the structures around the ankle are not able to support the foot movements from the side to side, from your foot rolling inwards or outwards. And again, like I said, the Achilles tendon has those vertical lines coming straight up and down. So if your ankle rolls that way, that's going to put a lot of stress on the Achilles tendon. If it rolls that way, the same thing. So that's why it's important to have a well-balanced muscle support around the ankle, along with the tendons that are associated with it.